Okay, so hey there guys. So today's video is going to be my January favorites. I am so excited to share this with you guys. If I look tired or run down, it's because I just got back home from school, my first day back. So good luck to anyone who has started school already, but we started pretty late in the year. We didn't start till basically almost the end of January, so yeah. Why is that annoying me already? Okay. So we're gonna jump into the favorites because I haven't done a favorites video since My Best in Beauty, which was December. So I can't believe January is basically over. I'm filming this probably like 2 days before December is over. So I really want to get into the favorites. So I think we're gonna start with just primers, and I only have one primer to mention because you guys know that I use the same primers all the time. I'm really boring with primers. I don't really go and obsess over new primers or go out and buy primers all the time. If I find a primer that works for me, I'm just sticking with it and that's it. Like, the only high-end primers I have is the Stila One Step Corrector, the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and the Makeup Forever Step 1 correctors, but I really have been straying away from spending so much money on primers, and I really have just been sticking to like drugstore ones. But I tried this as a point perk from Sephora, and I really like it. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh, and this is what it looks like. It's just a really nice, kind of like less luminous version of the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and plus the Becca primers are like $40 that it's like, why do I need to spend just as much money on a primer as much as like a foundation actually costs? So I'd rather just try out the sample rather than buying the full size. And I really like this. It's very moisturizing, really nice consistency, and yeah, it keeps my makeup on really nicely. It doesn't like last all day as a dropping the cap in my lap. At least I didn't drop it on the floor. And yeah, I really like this so far. I think I've used like half of it, but yeah, it's a pretty decent amount to just try it out and see how I like it. And I think I'd rather just do that rather than like, this is driving me nuts, wasting like so much money on the full-size products and not being able to return something when I can just test it out like this. So that's really nice. Okay, let's move on to foundations. We only have 3 to mention. I have to mention this one first. I know I cheated a little bit in my 2017 favorites, and I did mention this foundation in my 2017 favorites, but I have to mention it now because I haven't mentioned it in a favorites video. How many times can I say mention? But I have not talked about it in a favorites video. And because I didn't try this out until like December, but I fell so hard for it that I have to mention it today. So this is, of course, my Lancome Teen Idol Ultra 24-Hour Makeup Oxynoxate Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 15 Wear in Comfort Retouch-Free Divine Perfection Foundation. I know it's a mouthful. In the shade 210 Buff N. This is the foundation that I'm wearing today. I didn't really touch it up at all, and I still think it looks absolutely beautiful. I just want to look at it in a mirror and see how it looks. I'm pretty sure I have a mirror at least in my drawer. Oh my god, my life is a mess. Let's see if I can find a mirror. Wow, this drawer is full of crap. Hold on one second. Yeah, the foundation still looks amazing. It's crazy how this holds up so well. I wore this to the city last week, and I also wore it today all day for school because I really have been wanting to test it for like long periods of time. Since it claims it's 24-hour wear, I really do truly think that's probably true because this foundation has like magic in it. It is so comfortable on the skin. It applies amazingly, and it just looks so beautiful. Like, the finish is gorgeous. And it lasts for so long. Like, I do not have to retouch my face again. I think this is my holy grail foundation, you guys. For the winter time, I would say for the winter time right now, I will have to test it out in the summertime and see how it lasts through like heat and stuff. But other than that, this has become like my new holy grail. But I don't know if it's my holy grail yet if I haven't tested out throughout the entire year. And I feel like with foundations, it's so hard to say whether you love it or not because you have to test it out in like all different kinds of weather and stuff in order to really know like how you feel about it. But so far, I am obsessed. I wore this probably like the whole week when I first got it. I wore it the whole week because I was so obsessed with it. I thought it was gorgeous on the skin, and I love it. It's amazing how like only the parts of this face that have broken up are like the parts where the concealer is. And I will talk about the concealer in a minute because it is a favorite of mine. But this is definitely the winner when it comes to wearing makeup for a long period of time. This is my go-to right now, and it's so beautiful. I love it so much. I cannot talk about it enough. And then the next foundation that I'm still kind of, ow, I kind of scratched myself. Ow. I'm still kind of testing it out, but I wanted to mention it because I do like it. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick. This is the Invisible Cover Stick Foundation, and this one's in the shade Y225. The first time I tested this out was actually on New Year's Eve, and these two foundations were the only two that I brought with me to Connecticut because because they were brand new foundations and I wanted to try them out. And I know that's a little bit risky when you like go away, and I knew that I was wearing this foundation for a while and I really wanted to bring it with me because this was the only thing I was going to bring with me anyway. But I also wanted to test this out, and I had heard that that this was really amazing for like going out and lasting a long time when you go out. And I don't know, I don't love this foundation. I think it's nice. I don't think it's as good as the Lancome one. I just don't find that anything can really beat liquid foundations. I've never tried powder foundations because I have dry skin. The only powder foundation I wear is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder, and I do love that foundation, but it doesn't give like enough coverage at all. But I still found I liked this more than this. I do really like the finish of this. I'm just not a matte girl. I don't prefer matte foundations, but as you can see, there's really not that much product in here. And this is $42. But I also think that the Hourglass foundation is also a ripoff. But I've tried to apply this with a brush and a beauty blender and stuff, and I just don't like foundations with brushes. I don't know what it is, but I just hate brushes with foundations. I've heard that the best way to apply this is with a brush, but for some reason I just didn't like it with a brush, and I just go in with a beauty blender. But what I noticed is that I do have to blend this out very fast because it will dry down. This one I don't have to worry about drying down. Like, this is a miracle worker. I don't understand. Like, I literally compare every foundation to this now, and I will compare it to every single foundation to this, except for my number 7 because it's like a different finish, or like anything that's like a lighter coverage. But anything that has been my holy grail, I am going to compare it to this. So, yeah, I like it. I don't think I've worn it enough to really say that I love it. I will definitely test it out probably tomorrow or Wednesday and try to wear it as long as possible. Like, tomorrow I have a shorter day, but I was just going to wear it for a couple of hours because I wanted to wear it this week. Or I might just wear it on Thursday instead of tomorrow. I might just wear like my Maybelline Fit Me or like my number 7 tomorrow because I'm only going to be wearing makeup for like a couple of hours because I only have one class tomorrow. But I like it. I just don't love it around like my nose area and stuff. It kind of looks a little bit like textured. And I don't love how products go over it. I do love how everything goes over this. I know I'm such a broken record. I'm going to stop comparing now. But yeah, it's really good. It's not like my favorite, but I've never been like hardcore in love with Makeup Forever foundations. I really wanted to try their face and body, and then of course that got discontinued like right after. I was like, oh my god, I've never tried this out. And Kathleen Lights used to rave about it, and she says that this is like one of her all-time favorite foundations. I just don't find that to be the case for me. I think I still have to try it out more, but I do like it so far. I think it's a really nice foundation, and I do like that it was really easy to just apply and blend out on New Year's Eve. It took me like 2 seconds. That's why I use this, because you just go like this. You don't have to like dab it all over your face. And I had to get ready in my friend's room and not really like the bathroom, so this was like the least messy thing I could use. And I just really wanted to try it. It looked really nice. Probably because I was like really tired and like kind of tipsy that like I didn't really care that I need to really like try out foundations when like I can actually tell how I feel about them. Okay, and then the last one is the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 Foundation. I should have mentioned this in my favorites video of 2017, but I didn't really think that I loved it then. This is definitely like one of my favorite full coverage foundations. As you can see, I have used quite a bit on the top there. I hope that's not mold. I'm pretty sure that's like just hardening a little bit. I know this foundation does not expire for a long time, like not until like November of 2018. That's what it says. But this is a really nice full coverage foundation. I find that it's very comfortable on the skin. Probably the only reason why I didn't mention in my favorites video was because of the smell, because I don't like the smell of it. It smells like just old sunblock to me. But I do really like it. It blends out really beautifully. It's really nice full coverage. It kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal True Match. I almost wore that today, but then I was just like, no, I'm just going to wear the Lancome one because I know that it won't be heavy on my skin. I do want to wear this probably on Wednesday and just wear it all day and tell you guys how I really feel about it. But I have been wearing it more often recently, and I really do like it. It's such a beautiful foundation. So I should have mentioned it in my favorites video. Probably the only reason why I didn't is because it's not the perfect, like, it's not a really great shade match for me. I do have to mix it. But it does perform beautifully on its own. It's just a little bit yellow on me. So that's it for foundations. Now let's move on to concealers. Before I sound like a broken record, I only have 2 concealers to mention because these are the 2 most recent concealers that I've tried, and you guys know when I like a concealer, I'll talk about it 50 million times, but I really just wanted to mention these 2 because you guys already know what my other favorites are from my 2017 favorites video. So the first one is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer. I'm wearing it today, and I'm wearing it in the shade Fair Warm. I really like this concealer. I love the packaging. I definitely prefer this concealer over the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like it holds up a lot better than the Tarte Shape Tape. I just am not a huge fan of the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I'm sorry. Like, I do like the pro over the Tarte Shape Tape over this one is that this barely applies any product when you put it on. It is super dry. So you have to be very sparse with it because you don't really need that much at all, and you have to blend it out very quickly or it will dry on you. So what I do is I just apply it to my T-zone and then I blend it out and then I apply it to under my eyes so then my under eyes won't be dry by the time I go and use it underneath my eyes. But it has gorgeous coverage. It basically covers everything. It doesn't really crease on me, as you guys can see. It looks pretty good still, and I've been wearing it since 9:30 this morning, and it's 6:30 right now. I cannot wait to take my makeup off because I've been wearing it way too long. But I wasn't hungry for dinner, so I felt like I should just record my favorites and then take my makeup off and then eat and then relax. So, because I only have 1 class tomorrow, and then I just get to relax for the rest of the day. But let's talking about me. But I really like this. I think it's the only thing about the Tarte Shape Tape is that you don't have to blend it out so quickly. It doesn't dry as fast on you. But I do prefer the shade of this one over the Tarte Shape Tape. This one is not as pale as that one. That one I feel like it's like my palest concealer, but I really like it so far. I think it has a really nice formula. It covers gorgeously under the eyes. So yeah, just Urban Decay, why do you make your concealer so dry? I've been kind of going back to my Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer and whipping that out again, and I still love that one just as much as this one. I think I still prefer it over this, but this is still really good. And then the other one I wanted to say is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And this one's in the shade Beige 25. Disregard the shade match on this because, like an idiot, when I ordered this concealer, I ordered it in the wrong shade. So what I do is that I apply this and then I lighten it up with the MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose. Like I've said before, this color is so deceiving because like it kind of looks like it would match me, and then once I apply it, it oxidizes like crazy. That's what I've heard about them. But this concealer is so beautiful, you guys. It also like applies so much product. I literally can cover my T-zone and the entirety of my under eyes with just one dip of the brush, like literally just taking it out of the bottle and applying it. It covers your whole face. I think it's because it's a more liquidy concealer than the Urban Decay one, but it's so pretty. The only thing is that do not wear it with like a yellow foundation. I mean, obviously I wouldn't be wearing it with like the wrong shade if I bought the right shade in the first place. But this is a gorgeous formula. I think it blends out beautifully. It has a gorgeous like medium to full coverage. I really like this concealer. It blends out so easily. I really love this. This is a hit for me. I don't know how to describe it. It's just good. Like, it's hard to explain like the finish of this concealer. It's just so beautiful under the eyes. And it has a really bomb formula, and it barely creases. I don't think it really creases that much at all. So that's definitely a bonus for me too. So definitely try this 100%. The formula is bomb. I love it. Okay. Let's move on to eyeshadow, I guess, because I don't really have any powders or eye primers to talk about. So let's move on to eyeshadow. So the first ones I really wanted to talk about are these guys. And these are from Milk Makeup, and these are the Milk Makeup eye pigments. And when I went and bought these at Sephora, when I went to purchase these, every single person that helped me or saw that I had these in my cart, or the people that were like ringing me up, like the girls that were ringing me up, every single person was like, have you tried this yet? Have you tried Milk Makeup yet? Oh my God, those are amazing. These are some of the best eyeshadows I've ever tried before. These are so good. So good. They're so beautiful. I'm not going to swatch them because they will literally stay on my hand for the entire night, and I'm not dealing with that. I did swatch these in the haul video that I recorded, so I will link that below if you guys really want to see swatches. But these are beautiful. This one's in the shade After Party. Literally, it's right there. And this one's in the shade Sesh. That's such a tongue twister for me to say. Shade Sesh. It's like I have to say it like super slow, or I say it like crazy. But these apply beautifully. They're so creamy. A little bit goes such a long way. What I do is I just put it on a brush, and then I just apply it to my eye. Because if you use your finger, it's going to be too messy. Like, if you try to go like this, and especially since it's a liquid eyeshadow, I can't really just swipe my finger over it. So that's what I do. And then I blend it out on my lid, and it does not budge. For the rest of the day, it does not move. I have literally found something just as good as my ColourPop eyeshadows, if not probably better. I'm like obsessed with these. I might get all of them at some point. Like, I kind of want to collect all of them. That's how good these are. Not that I'm really going to have like any other occasions to wear them to for a while, but I've only worn this one once, and I wore this on New Year's Eve, and it was such a gorgeous blue on my lid. This one I've definitely worn more. I've worn this a couple of times because obviously it's a more neutral color. I might pick up the rest of the neutral colors and maybe like the green and the purple, just because they look so gorgeous that it's like I don't even want to wear my Metal Crush eyeshadows from Kat Von D or my foiled eyeshadows, because it's like these won't move. So why would I deal with fallout when I can just wear these? And these are like freaking amazing. So love these. You should definitely try at least one of them. I swear, if you try nothing else in this video, go out and purchase one of these. These are amazing. So this is the first time I've ever tried Milk Makeup, besides this and one other product I'm going to talk about. And they're bomb. I love their stuff so far. I've been definitely loving their stuff so far. So those are amazing. And then let's just stick with single eyeshadows. So the other two I wanted to mention are the ColourPop Supernova shadows. And I have the shades Walk of Fame, and this one is Moonlit. And the difference between these and the Stila liquid eyeshadows, the Magnificent Metal, is that those are like literally liquid glitter. And I did wear Bronze Belle to the city last week because I finally was able to go to the city last week to see my sister. And I wore that one on my lid. And then these I've been testing out. I wore this one once, and I've worn this one a couple of times already. And the only thing about these is that some of them are a little bit gunky. Like this one like doesn't really coat the applicator as much, but it still applies really, really good. And then this one is definitely more opaque. I'll swatch both of them for you because I want you guys to see how pretty they are. And they do apply literally the same way on your eyes, but this one definitely like is a lot like less metallic, and you have to work with it a little bit more. So this one is Moonlit, which is a gorgeous purple, and this one is Walk of Fame, which is a really beautiful gold. And what I like about these is that when you work with these, you don't have to work with them too fast. For me anyway, I know that when I saw Kathleen Lights talk about them, because I mentioned Kathleen Lights so much because I try mostly everything because of her, because every time she recommends something, I end up falling in love with it. So I really do trust her opinion, and I think she has pretty much like the best, because every time I try something from like Jaclyn Hill or Young Wild & Polish, there's like a 50-50 chance I'm not going to like it. But when Kathleen Lights mentions something, usually 99% of the time I really love it. Because she tries out literally like the most products on YouTube. She's always doing first impression videos, and I usually like, besides like Amy Macedo, and I do try out some stuff from her too, but usually I've like seen it on Kathleen Light's channel first. But this one is good. It's just a little bit gunky, but it is a gorgeous formula. The thing about these is that I find that these are easier to work with than the Stila ones, and they don't have any fallout when you apply them. I find that they have more fallout after you have already applied them, and you kind of like look down, or you kind of like try to like blend it out a little bit. It will fall down a little bit. And what I found is that when I wore this for the first time and I came home, there was glitter fallout under my eyes, and then the same thing with this one, but not as much as this one. So just be mindful of that. But other than that, I really do like these. I think they're really good, and they're only $6. So if you guys really wanted to try something similar to the Stila ones, I would go for these, because I think that, you know, if you don't want to spend $24 on an eyeshadow, or like don't want to spend the money on the milk pigments, I would try those. And then the last single eyeshadow I wanted to mention is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow Ultra Glitter Shadow in the shade Lightning Bug. This is so beautiful. I just wore this for the second time yesterday. Look how gorgeous this is. It just reflects like a lightning bug. Like, it literally looks like a light bug. Isn't that so beautiful? Again, I purchased this because of Kathleen Lights, because she kept on raving about this eyeshadow. It was like one of her favorites from ColourPop. So I was like, I have to get it. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that so gorgeous? It's like this gorgeous gold glitter, like pressed glitter. Like, this is no joke when you put it on. I just apply it and I'm good. Like, that's why I love ColourPop eyeshadows so much. That's like, and like the milk pigments, is that there's no extra steps involved. Is that you just apply them and then you're good. You don't have to like use Fix Plus or use a mirror to like, use a brush to like perfect it. You just apply them and then you're good. So definitely love this, but obviously you guys know I love ColourPop eyeshadows anyway. So speaking of ColourPop, let's just roll into the next eyeshadow palette that I really want to talk about. I've been dying to talk about this and how much I love it. I did mention this in my haul, and I think I pretty much have said how much I love it already. This is the ColourPop Kathleen Lights Dream Street eyeshadow palette. So this is what the packaging looks like. I love the packaging. This one's a little bit beat up because when I first got this, I was using it like pretty much 3 times a week. I haven't used it in a little while because I really have been trying to rotate other eyeshadows. But I have used every single eyeshadow in this palette, and all of them are beautiful. Like, I thought that this palette was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be this good. Like, I have not tried ColourPop pressed eyeshadows ever since I had purchased the pressed eyeshadows that I have from them. The single ones, I have not tried any of the palettes because I have like 20 of the single eyeshadows that I was like, I really want to try her palette. And this is beautiful. Like, every shade is so pigmented. These 2 shades in the crease are beautiful. I use these every single time I use this palette. This one is Shooting Star and this one is Magical. Gorgeous mattes. This brown is amazing. This one is Elfish. This warm brown is amazing, and that one is called Potion. And then this shade, Water Bearer, so beautiful. It's so pigmented. It's like one of the only like colored mattes I can use that doesn't like muddy up. It is so pigmented. I'm telling you guys. And then this shade, of course, is called Spark. Such a gorgeous shade. And this shade, Mermaid Boy, of course, is gorgeous. And then Kaleidoscope is a gorgeous silvery shade. And then this one is these 2 shimmery shades. Like, literally every shade is amazing. So I'm going to swatch a couple. Let's do these 2. Oh, they are so pretty. I only have one other eyeshadow palette to talk about, so, and like a couple of single shadows. And other than that, we can move on to highlighters. So those are the 2 eyeshadows. So pretty. This one definitely swatches more pigmented, but look how gorgeous they are. Oh, I love them. And then this shade, Mermaid Boy, I have to swatch. It's such a gorgeous blue. And I have worn every single shade. When I was wearing color, I was wearing this palette. And this one is Mermaid Boy. Like, look how beautiful that is. This one, I'll mention the 2 names of the other shades. That one is Stardust, that bronze one. And then the metallic one underneath it is called Spark. So just some really gorgeous shades. Let me just wipe my fingers. And I've been using that palette so much. This was definitely my go-to when I first got it, and I'm definitely going to whip it out and use it more during school. I really have just been rotating my other nude palettes and like really been trying to use like all of my palettes. Today I'm wearing the Manny MUA Makeup Geek palette, but I love this. I definitely don't like Manny anymore. I don't even know what I'm saying. But I definitely love this. This is gorgeous. I was wearing it so much like when I first got it. And I've tried every single shade and I love it. I know I said that a million times. And then the only other palette I wanted to mention, because you guys knew what my favorite palettes were in 2017 because of that video. If you want to go check out the rest of my favorite palettes, you can go check out that video. But the other one I wanted to mention is the NARS Narcissist Loaded Eyeshadow Palette. This one is good. This one is not as good as the ColourPop one. And it's funny because the ColourPop one is like a fraction of the price, but I did get this with a $25 off coupon that they sent out during Christmas, but I just have not talked about it yet in a favorites video. So this is really good. I do love the mattes in here. And I got this because I really wanted to try NARS eyeshadows. I had never tried NARS eyeshadows before, so I really wanted to purchase this and try them out because I was really curious about them. My favorite shimmery shades is this white shade here and this bronze shade. And then the mattes are really beautiful. Some of the shimmers are kind of hit and miss. Like this one's not, actually this one's really pretty. It's more like this one and this one. Those ones are not as pigmented. I'm not going to mention the names. If you get the palette, you can pronounce the names because the names are really hard to pronounce in this palette and I don't want to butcher them. But I really love this one, and these two in the crease are really beautiful. I use like these three every time I use this palette. Really beautiful shades. So the mattes are definitely like gorgeous, like really beautiful formula. They blend out really, really nicely. Some of the best mattes I've used in a palette anyway. Not like my all-time favorites, but look at that reflective shade, that white shade that's like the first shade in the palette. Look how pretty that is. I love that on the inner corners. And these are like two of the matte shades. Really, really pretty. And then I'll swatch the gold shade because I really like the gold as well. Oh, NARS knows how to do gold, man. I love their gold highlighters. So this one is that gold shade. Look how pretty that is. So they're really soft and buttery, and I really like it so far. I've definitely used every shade as well, except for probably this one. But the mattes are gorgeous. They blend really beautifully. I definitely think I prefer the mattes over the shimmers. The shimmers are good. Not my favorite shimmers I've ever used. I know that this palette was talked about a lot, but I really just wanted to try it out. So it's good, but it's not like my favorite palette ever. I probably could have passed on it if I had had another NARS palette in my collection. Then I probably wouldn't have bought this palette because who needs another nude eyeshadow palette? And then the last eyeshadows, I just wanted to mention my Makeup Geek shadows. I've been using these a ton this month because I really have just been trying to pan more eyeshadows. And I just wanted to mention that I've been using Vanilla Bean, Peach Smoothie, Creme Brulee, and Beaches and Cream a crap ton. I've been using Beaches and Cream as my transition shade again, and I just love it. And I've been using Shimma Shimma and Rapunzel on my inner corners a lot because I've been wanting to pan them more. So I've definitely been expanding the pans on some of these eyeshadows. I did not touch Cupcake this month though because I've been using other pink shades, but I'll probably use it again soon. And then Nylon I also love, and I've been trying to use my Anastasia one. So this is my everyday palette. If I'm not using any of the shades that I mentioned, I'm always grabbing for Vanilla Bean or Peach Smoothie or Beaches and Cream as my transition shades. I used Beaches and Cream today and Vanilla Bean because those are just my favorites. And yeah, so I find that I just can't really live without this palette because I love it. So that is it for eyeshadows. Let's just move on to blushes super quick because we only have two to talk about. So the first blush formula that I was really impressed by this month, and I used this like non-stop for a while, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Radiant Blush Kit. And this is what the packaging looks like. I cannot believe that this is already at TJ Maxx on sale for $15. They were running these on promo for a little while, and then they just moved them to TJ Maxx. So I did get this for 20% off during the holidays, and then they moved it to TJ Maxx. So yeah, this is what the palette looks like, and then these are the colors right here. And I love this formula. I think it's a really beautiful, soft formula. They're pigmented. They go on beautifully. They last a long time. I was using this a lot this last month. I did only like use it a couple of times this month because I've just been trying to rotate more blushes. I'm wearing Urban Decay's Kinky today because I haven't worn it in a while. And for the highlight, I'm wearing Makeup Forever and NARS. But the 4 shades in here are Spoiled, Coastline, Terrace, and Breeze. They just have a really nice, soft, buttery feeling to them. I don't know why these didn't, like, I guess they didn't do very well. I feel like nobody talked about them. And I thought they were so good. Like, that's the pink shade and that's the peachy shade. I think they're a really nice, soft formula. I think that subculture kind of just, like, damaged Anastasia's reputation, and not a lot of people were talking about her other products. Everybody was talking about the Prism palette that I feel like these kind of got overshadowed. But I think that these are really good. I felt like a lot more people were talking about the Trio blushes, and people said those weren't as good. And then these, like, really impressed me. I thought that this was great. I mean, I usually love her powder products. I think her powder products are bomb. So, yeah, that one's really good. And then the only other one I wanted to mention, I have been using, like, my MAC and Makeup Geek blushes more, and then my usual go-to, so it's, like, it's kind of boring for me to mention those other ones, but I have been using this one more. I've been whipping this out and using it more. This is the Becca Luminous Blush in the shade Tiger Lily. I've just been using this a couple of times this month, and I think it's just so beautiful. It's such a gorgeous, orangey, sparkly blush. And it's not sparkly on the face. It's just like has this beautiful luminosity to it. And it is so, so pretty. So that one is Tiger Lily right here. Since I didn't really get to use it as much in the summertime as I wanted to this past summer, I really wanted to use it more now. And I've been using it a lot. I think it's gorgeous. And of course, I love Becca blushes. So that is it for blushes. And now let's move on to highlighters. We only have a few to mention because I actually ended up returning a couple of highlighters when I picked them up from the Sephora haul that I showed you guys. But I was impressed by a couple of them. But I returned the Bobbi Brown highlighting palette. And I also returned the Cover FX palette because I thought both of those were kind of crappy. And I don't think that they were good. And I also don't really think that the Becca Light Chaser highlighter is that good. I'm going to use it probably tomorrow and see how I feel. But this was definitely the highlighter that impressed me the most. This is so gorgeous. I mean, everybody talks about this brand for a good reason. I mean, Tarte, you should take notes. This is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. So this is what the packaging looks like. This highlighter is so gorgeous. It is like blinding on the skin, and it's just such a beautiful formula. It doesn't emphasize any texture, and it just looks blinding on the skin. This is the only highlighter I took with me to Connecticut, and also I brought the Anastasia Moonchild Glow Kit and then Ofra's Beverly Hills, I'm pretty sure, or Rodeo Drive. I think I only brought Beverly Hills with me, and I wore that, and I think I combined it with this during New Year's Eve, and it was so gorgeous. But I do wear this a crap ton, and I haven't been able to wear it as much this month because I was testing out so many other highlighters, but I'm definitely going to reach for it a lot more next month. But I had to mention it for December because I got it more towards the tail end of December, and I was wearing it a lot then. So it is just so pretty because, like, kind of like when you mention your January favorites, you kind of have to mention some from December too, because like you can't really mention the ones that you tried at the end of the year in your Best in Beauty. Look how beautiful this is. Like, look how reflective those are. So pretty. Please go out and swatch at least one. This side is so soft, and this one kind of just adds this gorgeous glittery layer over it and adds like this beautiful metallicness to it. Definitely love this. I feel like this was 100% worth the price. I think that her highlighters are bomb. So yeah, she did an amazing job on her highlighters. I haven't tried the lipsticks yet. I really want to try the lipsticks. And then the other highlighting palette I wanted to mention, let's just take it out of the packaging because it's kind of screwed up right now. This was the only other like really like holiday palette I really kept besides the other one I'm going to talk about. And this is the Milk Makeup Holographic Powder Quad, and this is in the shade Space Jam. I really liked this palette. I actually thought that these were going to be a little bit more blinding than they are. I have used all of them and I like mixing them a lot. These are really beautiful though. They're a beautiful duochrome formula, really soft and really reflective on the skin. Like not as pigmented as the Anastasia Glow kits, but look how beautiful they are swatched. And let's swatch them like up here. See, look how pretty those are. Those ones are up here. They have more of like a softer, like kind of reflective formula rather than being like more metallic. And I think that they're really, really good. Like this definitely impressed me as well. This one is Mars, which is one of their most popular highlights. Ooh, so pretty. And that one is Mars right here, which is right here. And that's what it looks like. So yeah, I thought that this was a really good palette as well. Again, I was very impressed by the Milk makeup products that I had tried, and this was a really good price. This was like $20 when I picked it up, so that was definitely worth it, and I really wanted to keep this one because I thought that this was the best palette formula that I had tried that I had picked up. So this one was definitely really, really good. And then another new highlighter I just tried a couple weeks ago is the ColourPop Pressed Powder Face Highlighter in the shade Here Kitty Kitty. I really wanted to try out a new pressed powder highlighter from them since I love the Double Play Pressed Powder Duo so much highlighter. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But this is what the shade looks like, and this is a really beautiful highlight as well. It's like this white gold kind of shade, and it's a little bit softer than the Duo that I have, but it's really, really pretty on the skin. It has like more of like a medium glow to it. And this is what the highlighter looks like. It's this one up here. Look how beautiful that reflectiveness is. Like it picks up the light so gorgeously. It's really beautiful on the skin. I love the ColourPop highlighters. They really apply beautifully. They don't like emphasize texture. They just have this gorgeous sheen to them and kind of like a little bit of metallicness. Really like no glitter. They really do their highlighters beautifully. So I definitely love that. And then of course my Double Play Pressed Powder Duo. I mean, I love this blush. You guys already know that. But I really wanted to just give a shout out to the highlighter in here. This one I love even more than Here Kitty Kitty. This looks wet on the skin before you even put setting spray on. This is so beautiful. It might not swatch that beautifully, but on the skin, it's amazing. Like, I was so impressed with it when I used it last. Look how gorgeous that is. It just looks amazing. Like, has such an amazing, beautiful, buttery formula. I love this highlighter so much. And of course, I love the blush. But the highlighter, I just can't believe how amazing it is. I really feel like I slept on it for a little while because I wasn't wearing it for a little while. And it's gorgeous. And then, just wanted to give a shout out to my Wet n Wild highlighters again. I love these. I did wear them a little bit more this past month. And they're just so beautiful and reflective. I know I mentioned these in my Best in Beauty video, but I love them. This one is Precious Petals. And I swear, these like ColourPop and Wet n Wild highlighters impress me so much more than the high-end formulas. So this one is Precious Petals, which I absolutely love. It's a beautiful rose gold highlighter, and then this one is Blossom Glow. I did swatch these in that video. It's a gorgeous like white pink duochrome shade. I love this. It's so gorgeous. So these are amazing. They're so good for the price. I love these. I wish I had all of them, but these are the two I have for now, and I love them. I want all of them though. And then the last like highlighting bronzer products, and then we only have one more bronzer, and then we'll move on to lips. This one is the Neo Bronzer. Hold on. Okay, sorry, my boyfriend was answering me back. So I wanted to mention the Kevyn Aucoin Neo Trio palette. And I wanted to mention these two products. This one is the Neo Bronzer in the shade Capri. I actually really like this. It's a really nice bronzer formula. It's nice and pigmented, but it's not like too pigmented, and it blends out really beautifully. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing my baby, which I will talk about in a minute. I just love it that I have to call it my baby because it's just amazing. But this is really good. I really like this formula. I also use this like middle shade as a blush, and then I use this, I've never used this part, but I use like this as the bronzer part. That's why obviously I've used that part the most, but I think it's a really nice bronzer. It's really nice and luminous on the skin. And then the Neo Limelight Ibiza Iridescent Glow setting powder. I don't use this as a setting powder. I use this as a, I probably could have recorded my favorites video tomorrow. I don't know why I didn't, because like I'm so tired from school, but I'm almost done. So, this is a, like, it's a glittery setting powder, but this is so gorgeous as a, this is the setting powder, right? No, this is the wrong product. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So, this is what I wanted to mention. I grabbed the highlighter accidentally, which I don't love as much as this because I use this more as a highlighter than the actual highlighter that comes in it. It's so pretty because this is like a glittery setting powder, but it's so pretty as like a highlighting topper. It's probably not going to swatch that well at all. Like you're probably not going to see the glitter in it. But it's really pretty, like mixing it with the actual highlighter that comes in it. So I prefer using this as a highlighter. And I actually thought that this was the highlighter when I first got it. It's going to be so white though. But it has like the Kevyn Aucoin in there too. So I thought this was a really good kit. This one was definitely more worth it to me than any other kit because I thought this was such a good value because you get 3 Kevyn Aucoin products for like 25 bucks because it was like on promo. And then the last bronzer I wanted to talk about, of course, is my NARS Laguna bronzer. I have it in the Stephen Klein palette. I wanted to mention it because, first of all, I did hit pan on it. I hit pan on it like 2 days after I mentioned this in the products I want to hit pan on in 2017. And ever since I hit pan on it, I've just been wanting to use it more and more and more. I use it all the time, like 4 times a week. I'm wearing it today, and it's just literally my favorite bronzer now. I think this is taking the place of my Marc Jacobs one because this is much more pigmented. It just blends out beautifully. It's just a perfect shade for me. I love it so much. I love this bronzer. And I think I'm definitely probably going to use it up this year because I can't get away from it. I love it so much. So yeah, this was definitely the first product I knew I was going to hit pan on. So I was very happy about that. I'm hoping to hit pan on like 1 product a month this year. I think that would be awesome. But yeah, I'm so happy I hit pan on it. And I love it. So now let's move on to lip products. So, oh yeah, I forgot I had a couple of eye products. Damn it. Let's just move on to those really quickly. I just wanted to mention these 2 eyeliners really quickly. I really like these. These are the Lancome Drama Leaky Pencils, the Extreme Longwear Eyeliners. This is the black one in the shade Noir Intense, and this one is the purple one in the shade Empoli. I know I'm like butchering those names, but these are really good. These come in the little Sephora Point Perks. And I feel like I mentioned these, like, oh yeah, because I mentioned them in my everyday makeup lookbooks. But this eyeliner is so black, like really, really black. Love it. Look how pretty this is. That is super black. And the purple one is so vibrant. They just kind of like apply like a liquid eyeliner. Like they're so creamy. And I really love the formula of these. I've been so impressed by Lancome products lately. And I love that this comes in the little point perk. Everyone interrupts me every 5 seconds. So yeah, I really love these. And I think that they last a really nice time on your waterline. So yeah, these are really, really good. And then just my NYX matte liquid liner. I've been wearing this a lot more this month because I find that this definitely works better over like glittery eyeshadows than my Wet n Wild one. I can't really use that one. I'm not going to open it because it's going to splash everywhere. But this is so black and it's so good. I love this. So just wanted to mention it again. Now let's move on to lip products. So the first ones I wanted to talk about are just a couple of lip liners. So these are the Kat Von D Everlasting lip liners, and these are the trios. I really like these. So this one, this is the trio that I got in the Christmas haul that I did. This one is Lolita, this one is Hawkeye, and this one is Homegirl. These have a really beautiful formula. Of course, my favorite is Lolita. It's just such an easy lip liner to use. I'm not using it today. I haven't worn it in a couple days. But it's such a beautiful formula. That one is Lolita right there. And then I'm just going to swatch Hawkeye because, I mean, I haven't used Hawkeye as much as the other two, but this is such a pretty chestnut shade. I need to wear it with like Lolita or something because I feel like it would be perfect with that. So this one is Hawkeye right here, and then this one is Homegirl, which is a really beautiful dark red. And I've been wearing this one a lot with a lot of my dark red lipsticks, and I really love it. They're just really creamy, really, really pigmented, really beautiful. I mean, it's Kat Von D. But I do find that the Wet n Wild push-up liners are pretty much a dupe for these. And I really want to pick up more of those because those are only like $2. Why is my lip bleeding? We need to finish this video. So yeah, anyway, really, really good. I really love those. And now let's just jump into a few lip products. The first ones I wanted to mention are the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's Ultra Satin Lips and Ultra Glossy Lip. So this one is the shade Dreamy. I was wearing this a crap ton this past month. This is such a gorgeous like salmon color, and it's just so beautiful. I'm just going to swatch them first, and then I'll talk about them. So that one is Dreamy. It's such a gorgeous color. This one is Reve, and this one is a really beautiful orangey red color. Such a gorgeous shade. I can't wait to wear this more in the summertime. That one is Reve. And then this one is the gloss. This is the Ultra Glossy Lip. This I'm actually wearing over another lipstick today. I'm wearing a ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip, and I'm wearing this over it. And this is a gorgeous gloss as well. I love the Ultra Glossy Lips from ColourPop. But these lipsticks are probably like her best lippies that she's come out with ColourPop yet. The formula is amazing on these. I especially love Dreamy. It's just so beautiful. I get so many compliments every time I wear this lipstick. It looks so beautiful on my complexion. And then this one, of course, is such a gorgeous red shade. It's like a fiery red. I actually thought this was going to be more of a red-orange, but it's kind of more of just like a straight-up orange on me. I've only worn it once because I wore it with my Sleeping Beauty dress, and I just thought it was too orange, so I had to lighten it up with, or make it more red with my new Americana from Lime Crime, which is my favorite. But this was gorgeous when I put it on. It was so beautiful on the lips. And then Moonchild is just a gorgeous gloss. I love this, and I love the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lips. And then speaking of glosses, let's just talk about this really quick. This is the Becca Liquid Crystal Lip Topper Glow Gloss in the shade Champagne Dream versus Bellini times Bellini. Why do I say versus Bellini? This is a really pretty gloss. It's a really comfortable formula, and it's definitely worth the money because these were on sale for a long time, and these were like 11 bucks, so I love that these were so cheap. And this is what the gloss looks like right here. It is really pretty, but I find that it's not as metallic on the lips as everybody says that these are. They're more metallic if you wear them by themselves, even though they do claim to be lip toppers. They're not as metallic over lipsticks as I find that they are by themselves. But these are really pretty. I don't love the scent on these, and I definitely love the gloss more than the actual highlighter that I bought. I don't love the Champagne Dream highlighter as much as Champagne Pop. But this is really good. I really like it. And Dan, just two liquid lips. The first one is the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment in the shade American Woman, and this is what the packaging looks like. This is amazing, you guys. This is like one of the best formulas I've tried of liquid lipsticks. It is so pigmented, applies amazingly, and it lasts such a long time. So this one is American Woman. I love the formula of these. They're so comfortable on the lips. I do a full liquid lipstick review and check-in on these, which I will put up very soon. I'm actually like probably going to put it up the night that I recorded this video because I've been like taking forever to post it. But this is gorgeous. I love it. Such a gorgeous formula. Definitely more worth it than this formula, but this is still good. This is the Dior Rouge Liquid Lipstick in the shade 221 Chic Matte. I've only really tried a couple new lipsticks this month. I cleaned out a lot of lipsticks, and these are the newer ones that I tried. This is really good because I love the color. The color is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite nude shades I've ever worn. I think it's just such a gorgeous nude color. So that one is Chic Matte. I don't love the formula as much as the NARS. It's still comfortable. It's still good, but it's not like $34 worth to me. I definitely find that this is definitely so much better. This just like saturates your lips in color. Maybe the darker shades are good of this, but I definitely prefer this formula over this one. But I will post the liquid lipstick check-in and review on both of these. But I do really like them, and I just wanted to try more high-end liquid lipsticks. And then I just wanted to give a shout out to my Lime Crime Velveteen in the shade L. I did wear this a couple of times this month. I love it. It's one of my go-to nude shades. I wore it all day in the city because I was going to wear a brown lip, but then I just wanted to wear this guy because I feel like my sister wasn't going to be that extra anyway, so I wore this and I love it. It's like my go-to liquid lipstick. I love it so much. And then just 2 perks from Sephora, and then we're done. So this is the Smashbox Metallic Liquid Lipstick. I believe this one's called Bad Apple. It doesn't have a name on it. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what the name of this is, but this is so gorgeous, you guys. I don't have any metallic liquid lipsticks, but this is such an amazing formula. It is so metallic, and I was wearing this all during Christmas because it was so beautiful over red lips. And this one is the shade right here. It's so pretty. I love this. So comfortable, so beautiful. I loved how it looked on the lips. And then the last thing is the Bobbi Brown Neutral Rose Luxe Lip Color. This is a little point perk from Sephora too, and this is a really gorgeous creamy lipstick. Look how pretty that is. It is really beautiful on the lips, really comfortable. And that's it, you guys. Whoop whoop. Oh, fuck, I forgot I'm sorry, skincare products. The first one is the CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream. I love this. I feel like this has taken the place of my Vanishing Cream from Lush. This is like half the price of that, and I really love this. It's really moisturizing. It's also kind of thick, but not too thick that it doesn't like moisturize your skin enough and not make your skin feel tight. It's thick, but then it just absorbs into your skin really beautifully. So I love this. And then the 9 to 5 cleansing lotion from Lush. This replaced my clay cleansers that I've been using from them because those just clog up my drain like crazy. So I replaced it with this, and this is really, really nice on the skin. Really gentle, really just lotiony on the skin, and I really like it. And that's it, you guys. So I have to go eat dinner now. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that I've gotten a couple new subscribers this month. Thank you so much. But my videos are going to be demonetized by the end of this month because, you know, YouTube is just changing everything. So, yeah, but I really appreciate all the comments and really appreciate the subscribers that I have. I know I don't really have a big following, obviously, but it's just a hobby of mine, and I'm really glad you guys enjoy my channel. So thank you so much, and make sure you leave below your favorite products this month. And if you've tried any of these and anything that you guys recommend to me, I'm always open to recommendations. So yeah, bye guys.